Right, thank you very much for coming, folks. This is now our last filming of groups from the village, and we're delighted to have the younger generation here and their families just to share their memories, share their stories, share whatever you like, and we really had some very interesting tales already, so it's not meant to be too serious, so just whatever. I'm just going to start off with the adults. If you just tell me your links with the village, you know how long you lived, or not your birthday, but if you know what I mean. Your relations and things like that. So where do you live and your connection to the village?
Your names?
Yes, yes, your names, of course.
My name's Marnie Watson. I have lived in the village for all my 47 years. I stay in what used to be the old village shop, which was my mum's shop, and previous to that was my gran and grandpa's shop.
Excellent.
So it's been in the family for
a long time.
a long time.
And your mum was, what was your mum's name again, remind me?
Maguire, she was Maguire.
Irene,
that's
right. Irene's shop, that's right. Just down on Straighton Road. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, Laura.
So I'm Rhona Allanch. I came to the village years ago when I was wee. We went to visit my gran, and then we moved to the village when I was 7. So I've been here for about 30 years this year.
Now, I know your granny's up Bolstyle.
Yeah.
Tell us a wee bit about her, because we nearly got her on the first film, but I don't think she was well or something.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
Tell us who that
So
is.
my gran's Ina Gunning, so she's been in the village for forever as well.
She's over 90 now.
So she's 91, past here in December, so she's got a better memory than me, which is a bit unfortunate. She didn't want to come, but she would have a few tales to tell.
And your mum has lived here?
Yeah, so she's my mum, Joyce McCosh.
Yes.
She worked in a shop, iron shop for years as well, so she did.
So you're back living here in Maple Road?
Yep.
Very good. Right, Hugh.
Hi, I'm Hugh Simpson, and I grew up in Edinburgh, but we moved through to Straighton originally when I was about 14, and then to Kirkmichael when I was about 15, so about 30 years we've lived here as well. We've got Flora Mullen and Jimmy Mullen, so they're my auntie and uncle, and they've stayed here for, well, as long as I can remember, so long before us. And then shortly after we moved here, my grandpa moved from Straighton down to Kirkmichael.
Straighton, yes, because I remember your granddad.
He worked at Blair Warren and stayed in Straighton for many years.
So
and
he's
then
been around, or he was around a long time. You're saying that he died just early, the COVID times, roughly?
During COVID,
Really?
unfortunately, but
Yeah.
it's
We've all had a lot of connections, and these coming back here to the young folks. Right, Cameron, just just tell us how long you've been in the village, or where you live, or something like that, just to start us off.
I've been in the village since I was born.
Right, what age are you now? Am I allowed to ask that?
14.
14. So you're what, third or fourth year at school, are you? Third?
Just in the third.
And third year, right.
Last week we had a 93-year-old who'd always lived in the village as well. I wondered if you'll be here when you're 93.
Just another 80 years to go. You're no May Gardner, I suppose.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't know, you'll know over.
Yeah.
what school is that?
Carrick Academy.
And so you're local as well. You're at Carrick. And you're at the local primary too.
Yeah.
Right. Next one here.
Murray Simpson,
Murray.
and I've stayed here my full life, Kirkmichael. Went to the primary school.
Well, I'll be asking you memories of the primary school shortly, so you can, they'll not be listening. Alright, so you're at Kirkmichael Primary and then on to Carrick Academy as well, right? You're the same year as Cameron, right?
No, I'm just doing the second year.
Second year, right, second year. Right, and this young man here.
Hi, I'm Fraser Holden, and I've been here my whole life.
What year are you in Carrick?
Second year.
You're second year as well, right? Okay. So what do you think of Carrick Academy then? Is it all right?
Yeah, it's good.
It's good. Oh, you're just saying that, I think. So what do you like best? PE.
PE.
So I'm putting words in your mouth here. Anything else? No? Yeah. No. Well, what do you hate most?
French.
What?
French.
French. No, why French? Never was that.
We
one.
didn't teach French.
No, we didn't teach French. You said the right thing. Coming back then. So I'll stick with the adults just first. So you've always got links with the village, lots of links with the village. And it's interesting, you know, there's lots of relations, or somebody knows somebody. I've found that out, that, well, that's my aunt, or that's my cousin, and all the rest. There's still although a lot of new people have come into the village, there's a lot of people who have stayed in the village, which says it all. So, what about early memories there? I'll start with you, Manny. Any early memories of, for good or bad, or are you allowed to say this in front of your son?
My earliest memory, I think I was round about 4.
Right.
And I had run the bath up the stairs and I let it overflow.
Oh,
And it came down through the ceiling in the hall.
right. Is this in the house along those?
Yeah, yep. And I remember my mum screaming, and I ran out because I knew what I had done, and I ran out the house, and Mr. Moffat,
Oh,
who
Robert
was
Moffat.
the minister before, Mr. Jones, he was standing down at the joiners. I got Alan, can't remember Alan's name.
Yes, I've forgotten.
He had the
I know what the joiner's house is.
where Andreen stays, and he was standing there talking to Alan, and I knew my mum wouldn't scalp me. So I ran down to him and I wrapped my arms round about his legs, and I can remember standing there just looking at my mum, and I got away with it. That's one of my earliest memories.
Really good. So you remember the Moffat then?
Yeah.
Right. We had a session at the church and with Gerald, and we were thinking of previous ministers as well.
Yeah.
So did you go to church or any?
Yeah, I went to Sunday school.
Right, you were at Sunday school.
Really liked Sunday school. And I stayed on and then helped as a teacher.
Right, okay.
Do you remember any trips or anything?
Yeah, we used to go to Clinkeer Castle.
That's right.
And we would have a kind of fun day picnic. And then there was always the stories about Green Jean, the ghost.
Green Jean, at Cloncaird?
Yeah, Green Jean. She was.
Tell us about that.
I just remember being told when we were younger that there was a ghost in the castle and she was called Green Jean. So we used to always be out in the front lawn looking up at the windows to see if we could see Green Jean watching us.
You know,
Never saw her.
Somewhere there is an old video of the Sunday school, which we must look out and let folks see.
Yeah.
Now, who was helping them? Is that Ken Murray?
I think it was Ken,
Mrs.
the
Brown?
Moyers.
Oh, the Moyers. Sheila
Moyer.
Yes.
I think Val Easton.
All right.
I think it was that
They went up there for their day out.
Yeah.
There were also days out from the village. I don't know whether you took part. I don't know, you, Laura, maybe you weren't here, but
The summer trips.
the summer trips.
Streamers at the window.
Tell us about that then, Laura.
Oh, we went to... Where did we go?
That
Well,
was
Drummond, I'm sure we went to Drummond and
Went to
Well, that's a
Millport.
long way.
Millport. I don't know if I was there.
Yeah, I remember going to Millport in Dunoon.
Yes.
I remember going there.
What
And all
was
the
that?
streamers
Was it-
out the
The
windows.
streamers was the best bit.
So they had a big bus then.
Mm-hmm.
That was organised by, what was it, a parents' committee or
I think so.
I'm trying to think who ran that. Maybe Margaret Murray.
It could have
I
been.
think she might have been involved, who we spoke to earlier on. I'm trying to think anyone else. Oh yes, Noreen Rowan, I think, was involved as well at one point. So you had village trips organised by the parents group. Did you go in any of these, Steve?
No, as I say, I was probably 15 by the time I was in Kirkmichael, so whether it was...
Oh, you're way
Too old
above
for that.
Aye, I must have been past that,
Yeah, past
Too
that.
cool for that.
probably. Coming from Edinburgh, it was like a foreigner.
So what activities have you been involved in the village?
In the village, so... my link to these two, I don't know if Marnie will ever remember, I actually worked for your mum. I think I lasted 2 shifts. Unfortunately, it was on a Sunday, just to get all the papers ready. And at that time I was going out and socialising, so to speak. So the second Sunday I didn't make it out of my bed, so that was... I lasted one shift and lost my job in the second one. Will we tell the story?
No. Let's pass.
Oh, we like funny stories.
So Laura's, I don't know, a good few years younger than myself, and we stayed next door to each other. And Laura and her friends used to come and chat the door, and so me and my friends would chase them, but quite often one would chase, but one would stand up at the window and pour the water as the girls were running. So we'd catch them quite often.
They were caught.
I hope you're covering your ears, boys, because we know where that's come from.
There's a lot worse.
If you start doing that wee trick, eh?
Give them ideas, eh?
I know, it's great.
So what about, this is for the younger generation here, I'm assuming, are there anything you're involved in the village then? I'll start with you, Cam. Or is it mostly, you'll have to go out of the village for social life, for clubs or anything like that?
Yeah.
I know you're a rugby player, so that's, you play, is it Ayr?
Yeah, they're on the 15th.
Oh, right, So that's, there's no rugby club, well, apart from Carrick and Maybole. So what other activities then, is everything outside the village really? I suppose that's the point of making.
Yeah.
And when you were young, was there anything in here, like a creche or anything that you came to as kids that was run here?
I was a youth club for a few months at Ran.
Yes, I think there was.
Yeah,
Is that
we-
Rob
we,
White, maybe? Rob-
No, it was our group, myself and
Oh, really?
Anne Wiseman and Matt
Right.
that ran that
Oh,
group.
the youth club?
Yeah.
Right, of course.
So we've done that for about 2 seasons.
Uh-huh.
But it kind of fell by the wayside. The original plan was 1 week we would have it in Kirkmichael, following week straight, and the following week Cross Hill, and there would be helpers from each village would help, and we put transport on to make life a wee bit easier for parents, but unfortunately it never took off. It was always in Kirkmichael, and
You always need the people to help.
it gets the same people doing the
it
same.
every time.
Yeah.
Yes.
There must have been activities when you were growing up in the school that you get involved in, whether it was plays, dramas, football, whatever.
I'll ask the younger ones what about school then? Like, we'll take primary first. Do you remember anything you got involved in the primary? They didn't football at that time, did they? Did they have a football team?
I played in the football team.
Yeah, I've seen you in the park playing the football ones, didn't I?
Yeah, we've meant to we played a few friendlies and had a few tournaments and stuff.
Well, really, I mean, that's something that just when I remember, the park is a great asset, you know, that we've got in the village. It's one of the reasons, you know, my boys were, it's just great. You just, where you go, into the park.
The park and the woods, really. The
woods, not so much now, but the woods were good.
They that age group just now
Are hiding in
got
the woods.
a den up the woods that used to be our den when I was wee.
Really?
So they're now in it, but they've got, it's all lined and got a blow up
I
couch in
noticed
it.
something the last time, so I
Yeah.
didn't like to be too nosy. There might be refreshments there or something. Yeah, the woods were a great asset because it's just, you're visible. I'm not saying you can hide in the woods, but the park is good and space and so on. And the burn, did any of you ever use the burn much? Now, of course, it's probably health and safety and things like that. Have you been in the barn, have you?
Yeah.
Have you?
Sometimes in like the summers and stuff we go walk down and stuff.
You weren't involved in the duck race ever, were you? That's a
You
thing.
were?
They used to have
We were.
old duck races and then they resumed them.
Well, the duck race was last year.
The duck race.
We're at White.
I'm new to this, so tell me about the duck race. What is it?
It was a fundraiser for
In the
School?
school.
the school.
Yeah.
And just obviously sold the ducks, and it was Rab White that
Did you boys pick a duck, did you?
Yeah.
You didn't win any, did you?
Something like that.
And where did you chuck your ducks in?
Down the river, the burn.
Whereabouts in the village?
they started at the top of the village, and then the finishing line was at the
Or
bridge.
up near the church?
No,
No.
just at the far end of the park.
Yeah.
It's a bit rocky. Like where Ian Thompson, another one of my friends for yesteryear, they used to stay there, and you could walk. There was rocks to walk across the burn, so they would start it there and
Finish line?
down by the bridge, at the road.
I was remarkable that they actually moved.
I think there was a bit of encouragement sometimes.
An odd duck get stuck or something. Yeah, that was a great attraction to me. The burn or the trees, to climb the trees. I'm just reflecting my way.
Well, we used to go up the woods at,
Did you have it? Weren't there when there was a rope and everything, was it?
yeah.
Because that rope got taken down by some nice person in the village who thought it was too dangerous, which was a terrible blow.
Yeah. I think when I was younger, when I was about his age, was one of the boys fell off and he broke his arm.
Oh, I see. That
Um,
might have been.
but it didn't stop us. We were still back on it.
Yeah.
Molly, weren't you made queen as well one year?
I was
The gala.
I was princess one year and I was a gala another year, so I done both. And he was gala king one year.
Can you tell me a wee bit about the gala? Because obviously future generations that look back at this, you're saying gala, but we don't know what was
Yeah.
involved in the gala.
When I was young, the gala, it was a gala week. So there would be a big bowling tournament on, there would be a car treasure hunt, there was various activities on, and the Saturday, the main day was the gala day, and it was, just everybody was in the park. There would be an old-fashioned car that would take you around the village, and the Queen and that would wave to everybody. It was
Probably had the pipe band too, wasn't it?
yeah, the pipe band, and
It's a
then
horse and car, is it not one year?
no, there was a horse.
Horse thing.
I think the year I did it, there was a horse and cart.
Pictures somewhere.
And
You
then
knew that as well, Laura, then?
No, I was never ever part of.
Or you were there?
Yeah, I always remember dressing up and going in the back of the floats.
they used to have floats,
Uh-huh.
and you would dress up and they'd be the best dressed.
Uh-huh.
And then it stopped for a good 10
Yes, there was
years.
a period of time there.
Yeah, and then
and you
Matt, myself, and Alexis restarted it, and
Yes,
it's still going
yes, now.
strong now. I think it's got maybe a bit out of control. The size of it now. It's quite a big day.
And did you enjoy your bit in the gala?
Yeah, it was good.
What was your title?
Gala King.
King. What did you have to do for that?
Did you have to dress up? No.
Yeah.
Did you have a robe and a crown?
That was his first suit.
What age were you? Primary?
Primary 7. Primary 7. Should be 11. Yeah.
So do you guys remember this as well?
Yeah.
You do?
Gala.
What's your favourite bit about the gala?
I like, there's none like different bouncy castles and stuff, obstacle courses and stuff.
What about yourself?
And looking at another wee shop, like,
Oh, well, there's lots of little stalls. Good ice cream and strawberries. I remember them good strawberries.
So when you were younger, do you remember the galas as well?
I think the gala, I do remember it. There used to be a dance in here as well. In those days, there was a gala dance, but I think it stopped quite when I would only be about 20, so maybe for about 5 years it ran. But then, at that kind of age, obviously at their age, it was better for. I don't think there was the shows and things like that.
No, was there big. It was your fish. That's where my
It was
first.
old-fashioned kind of.
Yeah, that's where I got my first fish.
And I think nowadays it's obviously it goes on till at midnight now, and they have the entertainment in the park, and it's quite nice when you see all the locals come together and the kids are all running about and playing.
We have a food village at it. So various companies come in with food, and it's a nice day, it's a relaxed day because the kids can just run about the park and
The kids were up on the stage dancing
and they were singing
like,
karaoke.
and karaoke and you, like, big groups of them.
It's what,
25th of May. It's
May.
the May weekend. It all falls on the Saturday of the May weekend.
And
It's a good day. It's a
do
good
you
day.
find a lot of people from out with the village
Yeah.
coming to your
Yeah, that now they do, yes. Doesn't that
Yeah.
right?
What's the branding? The best wee day out in Ayrshire.
Aye.
So
Best
That's-
day.
Now, you mentioned there about things in the hall, so I'm interested to see if anybody can remember anything, you know, the use you made of the hall, you know, in the last, you know, when you've been here, because we're trying to sort of compare, what, you know, what it was like. Can you remember, you know, anything on in the hall,
No.
the dances or anything else?
Yeah.
birthday parties for the kids we've had in here.
Oh, we had the Christmas parties.
Yes.
They had the Christmas parties when I was, the Christmas parties when I was a tot. And they've carried on. In fact, that Christmas there was the first Christmas there's not been a kids' Christmas party, and it's good because Santa comes and gives out presents to all the kids from the village,
Yes.
and it's a
I
good.
remember it being totally inclusive, you know, they knew everybody had come
Yeah.
into the village. It was really excellent.
Oh, it's good.
It's actually my dad that played Santa for many
Aye.
years, which Murray couldn't believe when he looked back at the pictures that it was Papa he was sitting on Papa's knee.
In that case, it'll be handed down to you in future generations.
Oh,
You'll
I've done
get
it. I've done it. My dad got the chicken pox one day and the toddlers group in Crishill, and I don't know if it was him or his wee brother, and I got a last minute call to say I can't do this and I can't let them down, so I had to get away from my work to go to Crishill and play Santa.
Well, that's more important. So there are a few things going on in the hall, but now I don't have anything as relevant to the younger folks. It's no, that's what we're saying, that probably have to go out of the village. So, I mean, there's nothing in the hall that you go to at the minute, really,
No,
is there?
It's Ray Ball and stuff like that.
Yeah. So what's in Maybole then?
Well, we've got like the AstroTurf to play football.
Oh, right,
like,
of course. Up
swim.
at the new school, is that?
There's a swimming pool and stuff, and like
Of course.
a youth hub and stuff. So.
Right. So everything's in a way Maybole. What kind of numbers? I mean, the school's numbers never gone down because at that time, you know, a few years back, the numbers were big, and you had the children, big numbers, and then you know, I suppose it's gone down a lot now. Don't know what the school has.
I'm not sure what the school
So it
was
was
sitting at.
36 or something, is it?
44, is it
Or
not?
is it 44?
Right. You've got other children at the
Yeah,
school,
so
haven't you?
Daniel, he's in primary 7, so he's finishing up this year, so there'll be 7 primary 7s leaving this year,
Really, that's
which is
big
quite
number.
a big number
That's a big
compared to
number. Yeah.
what
Does the school still have a lot of things that you get involved in, or is it just, you know?
they do a lot of kind of open things during the day, like they kind of active learning stuff, maths,
Oh, I see.
open
Like
days,
school, oh, I
and
see.
kind of open days, but
To
they
do
do.
with the school and not social events.
Yeah, no, they do loads of that as well for the Easter service and Christmas service.
Oh,
And they
really?
have
Alright.
they used to have the roll. You can get in and get a roll in the morning, and
Or do they do a breakfast club?
they
then?
did do
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Okay.
the adults could go in and get a roll and a cup of tea, and so they did.
What time is that?
I don't think they do
Too
that
early for
anymore.
me.
Yeah, but yeah, they do a lot of different
Yes.
events.
Alright.
They did, last year they had a netball team, and well, they do football. Murray takes the football team on a Wednesday night for training
Really?
with some of the
So
kids.
you're a trainer, are you?
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
it's like through the academy, like coaching. So
Very good.
I've been doing that for over a month now.
Right. This isn't anything to do with the Duke of Edinburgh, is it? No?
It's a wee bit to do with it, but it's not that much.
I know that Carrick, I think, still does the Duke of Edinburgh
Yeah.
scheme.
There is a kind of sports version of that he hopes to kind of follow that route.
Oh, excellent. That's really good. So
He plays for Ayr United, under 14s at the moment, so
Oh, so he's, you're going to be a star then, are you?
Well,
Ayr United. Yes. What about yourself? Do you play football?
No.
What do you play the screens, do you? Is that,
Sometimes.
what's your hobbies?
I like to go fishing
Oh,
sometimes.
do you? Where do you fish?
The boating.
Oh, Tarbounton, eh? Very good. Where, is there a big loch right there?
And there's a fishery.
Oh, see? No, I'm trying to think. No, I don't know what that is.
And do you fish in that river then out there? Because a lot of the guys that are in the 70s, 80s, oh, I mean, they used to fish out there and catch
They
all
must have
sorts
caught
of
the last
things.
one, eh?
They've actually, Laura just signed these two up to join the Kirkmichael Angling Club. So,
That's great.
Very good.
they've not been yet, but during the summer they'll probably be able to go down and...
Who's running that?
Oh, the Kirkmichael Angling Club, yes.
Yeah.
Right, what stretch have they got?
You'll know better than me.
From Marclan Bridge to Cross Hill, but they fish on one side and then so far down they need to swap over.
Oh, really?
But it's Kirkmichael House, it's got that stretch.
Right, Marclan is just up near, for anybody, is near the what's the creamery, not far from the creamery bridge really, and then down to Cross Hill.
Yeah.
Right, I see, that's great. That's great.
So I was just going to, Sunday or something, I'd phoned you. So it's just a fiver for the boys to join.
Why not?
It was something they're going to do during the summer, it gets them away from the screens for a wee while. So.
Yeah, good for you, yeah. Oh, that's smashing. I never even thought of that, about the England Club. So what about, well, good things and bad things about living? I'll ask the young folks, what do you like about living in the village? I'm asking you. Put me on the spot.
Well, it's a quiet space and I like going down the park and doing some training.
Right?
And,
So you make good use of that part?
yeah.
I mean, I think that's just, we're so lucky to have that space. You don't have to book it or anything like that, you can just go and
Yep.
so on. You can't play golf on it, I know that, well, officially. Officially. What about yourself?
I think it's good because it's just small. Like,
A wee place.
yeah, it's just.
Did you find Carrot Academy a big school then when you went?
We did a wee bit at first, but got used to it now. And
And
living.
then were there a few people left when you started? When you left primary seven?
There was about six when we
That's a
left.
fair number.
So
You were spoiled though, weren't you? Because you went into a brand new primary near enough and then into a brand new secondary school
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
So.
What do you think of your school? Do you like it?
yeah, it's quite good. You get all the new facilities and stuff. So
Yes. What about that old school, eh? What did you want to marry? Do you think that was good getting rid of the old one? In some ways, maybe.
The last time I was in it, it was...
Pretty rubbish.
it was looking past its best.
Especially the extension, I suppose.
Yeah, it was actually what we called the new building was
Was it
actually in a worse condition than the old building
I
was.
agree. Yes.
It
Well,
was
the leaks in my day as well. Yes.
but it's good now. We were parents' night a couple of months ago, and it's really nice inside. It's nice and airy and bright.
Yeah.
It's
I've been in the leisure bit. Pickleball, most of them here.
And were you two in the old Carrick Academy then?
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was, claim to fame, I was a school captain.
Oh, were you?
Oh,
What
Carrick.
year was that?
1996, 97. So. But then, going back to in here, you would have done your nursery in here, in this hall. Before
Primary?
You, the primary. They don't have the brand new primary at Kirkmichael.
Was that
Cameron.
Val Easton? Was
They went
that?
into
No?
Did you go into the new primary? No.
No, I'm sure Murray, because Murray's had the new primary and then he's had the brand new academy.
Aye.
So the two that he started, but they would have done nursery here, so I'm sure you'd have been schooled in here at some point.
Oh,
'Cause this was the school.
Yes, that's
No.
right.
I don't think Cameron was in here.
Huh?
McCosh Hall was used, that's right, for a school when they were fixing it, they were making a new building. That was what you're saying, isn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah. which meant that they got a lift in, which was a great asset, and Wi-Fi and things, which sort of improved the hall.
Yeah, I did.
Yes, that worked out quite well, really.
This
I
is a
would
great
remember-
facility for you here as well, isn't it? And the bowling that's out there must be a bowling club as well.
Yes,
We've not
yeah.
come across
Quite
anybody
popular.
who plays bowls out there.
I'll blow my own trumpet here as well, because I was the youngest ever champion at the bowls. Probably in 1996 as well. But,
You've peaked them, right?
but at that time the bowls they would have had lots of people and lots of tournaments. Personally, I think the village it's the people that's in the village that make the village. And when you went to the bowls, you got all the different age groups. And
Yes, that's right. That was unusual because you think of bowls, I'm thinking of bowls being older, but in fact there were a lot younger folks.
and there was a lot of, I remember like Robert and what was Don Smith's son? Andrew. Robert, Andrew, and like there was other kids.
The Thompsons, what were you?
Like Ian Thompson, he was my bowling partner. But when the young kids, younger than me at that time, they wanted to play every night, and they brought out a rule you needed an adult on the green. So they had to go and get Rab White every time they wanted to play. So the rule lasted 2 days because he says, I'm not coming down every night. So they were allowed on every night themselves. But there was a lot of kids at that time, I don't know, a group of 6 or 7 that, well, they weren't sitting in front of the screens and things like that because they were out there playing bowls.
Yeah, that's unusual.
Maybe you need a community evening every year to introduce people to bowling.
Well, I think actually
And have a cheese and
I did try.
Marnie was talking about like they used to have a bowls tournament in the gala week, but I think latterly it became a kind of open night that anyone could come for a night and try. So anybody in the village, so if people were new or they could come along, and then as numbers dwindled, I've not played for many years now, but as numbers dwindled, I'm sure they had an open night every Monday, so anybody could come along and give it a go, and they were provided with the bowls and the shoes, and
We
I know
tried.
we've got carpet bowls in here.
that was where Rab White as well. I've played carpet bowls in here.
Rab set that up.
Because Rab was a greenkeeper for years out there,
Yes.
and well, Rab was everything for years.
Aye.
It's,
Yeah, they now rotate that, I think, a bit. They cut the grass.
well, I think there's been different teams over the years where,
Yes.
unfortunately, people like
Yeah.
Davy Walker used to cut it.
That's right.
Because you would see him, he stayed in a farm about 1.5 miles outside the village, and you would see him driving by the window in his ride-on tractor, and holding traffic up, smoking his cigarette, with his dog on the back, and driving for a way up there to come down and cut the outsides and then away back up. Just,
Not a camera world.
Character.
He was a character.
Yes, indeed. Just when speaking of characters, you remember any other characters in the village then? There's always a few of them, but because we've been, over the course of our groups, 1 or 2 names have been mentioned, ranging from
We
religious to
Do you
others.
ever remember the policeman?
No.
Later.
I don't remember the policeman.
No.
So I don't.
That'll be earlier.
One name that's sticking it is Spider.
Oh, of course, I forgot about Spider.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tell me
Yeah,
about
tell us about
Spider. I don't know.
Spider. Oh, what was
Spider-Man and his brother
What
Terry.
was his right name?
Blaine.
Jimmy.
Was it Jimmy?
Jimmy.
It was a Blaine.
was a Blaine, aye.
Blaine. Janice's brother. He just, well, it was him and Billy. They were both brothers. And they could turn their hand to absolutely anything. Billy was really good at woodwork, and he used to make beautiful crooks and walking sticks. I mean, the engraving in them was phenomenal. Spider could climb any pole tree building that you asked him to, but unfortunately the 2 of them succumbed to alcohol.
Too much, yes.
But they were harmless, absolutely harmless, and everybody in the village knew them. And I could lie in bed at night and you would hear Spider going up the road, and all you could hear was him singing "Who's Sorry Now."
Billy was a butcher to trade.
Yeah, that's right.
But in the days, different days, because they used to say that wherever he worked, which would have probably been up kind of, wherever it was, Moncton way. And in the days there was a lot of pubs, but he'd stop at every one of them on the way home, driving. But it's...
So So, mentioning the pubs then, and of course this is doesn't apply to the younger generation, although we were talking when we were interviewing in the pub, they said that there used to be a wee hatch, which was handy for just getting your crisps. Or
Used to go to the hatch and get your hubba bubba.
the sweeties.
2p, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the pub did serve a job for that. So, I mean, you got any memories of the pubs? You were going to tell us, that's right, about the
with George.
you worked in the McClure, weren't you?
I worked in the McClure, but the memory of that one when Sandy and Liz had it, and I've actually still got a plate. And those days you could phone down for a takeaway, but as you were local, they gave you it as if you were in the restaurant, covered it in tin foil, you took the plate up the road, you ate it and you delivered the plate back down. But I've still got a plate to this day, a big white plate.
Liz did the best lasagna.
Oh yes, just to say, they lived next door, so I could smell it as she was cooking it in the house. Yes, that's right. Sandy Liz McClymont, who had the pub. I don't know how long they had it for, I've forgotten.
A good while.
It was a long time. My dad worked in the pub as well. Yes. He worked in I think it was a Thursday night and a Saturday night. And he had his own spot at the bar. And he was renowned for his slamming his tobacco box down on top of the bar and then riffing. That was his.
So you
I
take it
did hear for that.
Yeah.
I maybe shouldn't tell the next story, but Liz, she actually put me to my bed one night. I'd come home from the town and I was on hay fever medication that didn't react well with the drink, and I got a taxi, and instead of going home, I asked to get dropped at the pub, and I must have tripped and fell asleep at the phone box. Unknown to me, next morning I woke up not knowing anything, but Liz had closed the pub up, found me, took me up to the house, put me to my bed, and it wasn't until the next day my grandpa had found out, as he did, nothing got by him, and Liz had put me to my bed. And
so that's community spirit for you.
But that's, like, when I worked in the McClure Inn, like you're talking about people that do jobs, that's, nowadays obviously you've got the internet, but you didn't have that, so there was, even to watch football on the telly, you had to go to the pub. Yes. And you had many characters in the pub that if you needed something done, Jimmy will do it, or John will do it, or that kind of thing. Yes. And like, well, my grandpa, he worked at the McClure Inn. At that time was John Lowry that owned the McClure Inn, but I could tell you, it's called the credit card story.
Right.
So we're going back many years when, like, if you went for your shopping, you actually took cash out to pay for it. Nobody just switched or anything like that. So there was strangers came to the pub, and the first thing they asked my grandpa was, do you take card? And my grandpa, no idea, but just agreed. So he said, we take card, but aye. So he said, I'll run up a tab and I'll pay at the end. At that time there was nobody else in the pub apart from these strangers, as my grandpa would call them. So every time they brought around, he'd be saying to the locals that had came in, Doc Scobie and Don Smith, and he'd be saying, that's 2 rounds they've got, that's 3 rounds, they've not paid for it yet. And they're saying, but you said they could have a tab, so they'll pay at the end. So come the end, whatever the bill was at that time, was maybe £28. So the guy came up, I'll pay my bill, £28. So the guy gave him his credit card. My granddad rang up the till, £28, put the card in the till and shut it. And I think it was Doc Scobie says, what are you doing, Hugh? He's paying with his card. He says, John will take that to the bank and take the money out of it. He said, that's not how credit cards work. So, but there's one thing with my grandpa, he was never wrong. So.
Some man.
And you're talking about Spider-Man. My grandpa would go for the McClure Inn, the Kirkmichael Arms, but you'd hear him singing all the way up the road. I'll take you home again, Kathleen, was his song. So, it's, there was a lot of characters like that in the village, though. Yes. Colin McRae.
Yes. He was karaoke.
Sweet Caroline, he used to sing that in the pub. I remember when I worked in the pub, I started one there when I was 14, washing the dishes, and it was the Sunday night, I think the karaoke was. It was always Sweet Caroline he was singing.
Johnny Cash, Falls from Prison, that was another one he used to sing. Aye.
Oh dear. You boys are picking up tips too. Well, we're not asking any questions about anything like that. But, no, the pubs, say obviously there was a bit of, we've already heard the story of a certain person who ran from one pub to the other. We've got that one.
He was a rugby man as well. And
so
this all happens, I believe, and you know the story, don't you? So you tell it.
Well, you ken the story, Jody? So Scotland, the last time they ever won the Five Nations in those days. So Scotland had won on the Saturday against France, and this was the Sunday, as was the thing. People went to the pub to watch the games in those days, and he just announced that if Wales beat England, Scotland will win the Five Nations. So if Wales win the day, I'll run naked with a £10 note between my bum cheeks for this pub to that pub. And everybody's thinking, no. So sure enough, I think Wales scored in the dying seconds, and then George closed off. Different days then, because I think his wife, who was a school teacher at the time, wasn't too pleased. Closed off, £10 note, and ran down there and bought a drink, stood and had the drink, ran back up. I think, fortunately in those days nobody could do that and watch them, so you could get away with that. It was just a story in those days.
That's what a character. Yeah, George is also very good at Burns nights. I don't know whether you've ever...
Oh, it's fantastic. Tamashanda.
At Burns, Tamashanda, and it's going to be better.
You went to the school and done that, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
George
Did they have a
White.
Burns night?
We have a Burns Day where they pick the best out of the classes and they could say their Burns poem.
Right. So what did you learn, or did you learn a particular...
It was a different poem every year. So
you should have the whole repertoire of different ones to say.
I won the competition a few times.
Did you?
So
very good. You're just a dark horse, you. See, what about yourself? Did you learn any poems?
Yeah,
Which one did you learn?
it was the pinky one.
See your fire? See,
Yeah,
that's
that
what I
one.
was thinking.
You remember it now? The cameras are here.
Put me on the spot here. We'll not put you under any pressure. Do they have anything like that? Characters are a chance to do a variety of things. What other things are you able to do at secondary school then that helps? Because obviously you only have two teachers. Is it good to have the variety of teachers, I suppose?
Aye, it's good.
yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Any of you musical? No?
That's one thing, he's got a great singing voice, but I beg to differ.
A couple of Coca-Colas in
the shower.
Singing,
Sings like a lint in the shower.
That's like Daniel, he's the exact same. He's got a speaker. My mum
Aye.
got him a speaker for his Christmas
He's the
to
same.
stick to the wall. And he's honestly shitting.
You've got videos of him.
He's in there for reals.
Places
like a steam room.
What about changes then? Even I'll start with the youngs. It's difficult to watch. It's difficult to think, I suppose. But even in your short time, have you seen any changes? Even in the last, say, since you're young, have you noticed any changes in the village? We'll start with the adults first. Maybe they've got longer years to compare. Any big changes?
I think the kids, nowadays, they've got a lot more than we had with transport for a start.
Yes, so
Like,
they're out.
when I first moved here, Straighton originally, I think the bus only went to the town on like a Tuesday and a Saturday.
Yes.
Whereas now they know they've got free travel, and so they know the bus timetable better than Stagecoach, I think. So,
Right.
so
And how often, how frequent is it?
It's every 2 hours and
2 hours. When's the last bus? No, Friday nights, is it?
it's about 11 o'clock.
He's maybe late on that, isn't
Leaving there at 11, is it?
Well, going through the village about 11, quarter past 11. So,
Right, okay.
At night it changes though, because it's every hour. Because
yeah.
the Girvan bus comes through.
Alright, so you
it's
use
like
the
every hour.
Girvan bus?
Yeah.
Is that the one that goes to Crosshaven daily? No.
Yeah.
Will be.
Yes, alright, okay. I'm just taking note of these things just in case anything.
The bus pass has been it's been a great thing for him. he goes up to his dad, so he can get the bus from here into Ayr, then he changes bus and he gets the bus from Ayr to Simonton.
Right.
So it gives them more freedom, where
Yes.
nowadays it was, I just never went on a bus.
So you think the bus service has improved then?
Yeah, I think so.
That's good. That's good to know.
I stay up the top of the hill, and I used to just pretend I was walking into Maybole or Ayr, because in those days somebody would always stop. No, you want a lift? Where are you going?
Yes.
I think nowadays
You
it's
don't
not that
get
kind of
that.
thing.
No,
You see somebody walking, you wouldn't stop.
Lot of those.
But in those days, like, I used to actually
You
be
get offered a lift.
Davy Walker's dad. I don't know, you remember Jimmy,
Yes, I do remember
and
him.
I could walk quicker than he could drive.
Yes, that's true.
And it used to be a nightmare because he would always stop for you, and you think, I'm literally in a mile, 10 cars that could take you to where you're going would overtake you, and Jimmy would take you to his door. It would take you 10 minutes. I could walk it quicker, and he would go 5 miles an hour, and you're like, cars overtaking. He would have taken me to Maybole. He'd have taken me to Ayr.
I remember up the Kirkmichael Woods Road, you know, the smoke was coming out at the same time. That was funny. Any other changes then? Well, obviously, there haven't been that many new houses, really. You know, when you think over 40.
No, there's only the Burgarnock
Yes.
and then
Some of the ones up.
Meadowbank.
Yes, So there haven't been that many, really, in the last 20 years,
No.
anyway.
I bet the
I'd say
house
house
prices have gone up a lot because it's a popular wee village.
Yeah, house prices are
Well.
short.
There's a fair turnover recently there. There's
Mm.
a lot of houses sold very quickly.
Yeah.
But houses are very cheap compared to the city. So if you're selling a house in the city and you want to move here, then obviously it's
Yeah.
it's
And
attractive.
they're cheaper than Ayr for
Uh-huh.
the same size of house. So they are. I noticed that. So you were saying Edinburgh, you're up to teenage years, did you say?
I was about 13 when we moved through here.
Okay.
So it was a big culture shock at that time.
That would be, yes.
Although I
But you
would,
never look back. You've enjoyed it, have you?
definitely, to start with, I thought, no, it wasn't for me, but it's the best thing. I couldn't. My mum still stays in Edinburgh, and I don't think I could stay in a city now. And for bringing kids up, but
Much better.
I think though there'll be a wee bit. You need to be a bit more street smart. Like when I always seen it with kids in this area and friends I grew up with when they started going to uni, and they only really knew like Maybole or Kirkmichael, and when they started going to see the big lights of the city, it was a bit daunting for them.
Was it work that brought your family down?
It was that my dad was kind of retiring, and he came from Straighton, so he was just moving back down here. And he was going with a girl from Colin at that time, so.
Down to Ayrshire.
Right.
So what about the village then, boys? What do you like least, or what do you like most? You said what do you like most, but what do you like least then? What would you like to change? Carmen asked you. Any changes you'd like to make? You want loads of more facilities and things like that, but anything particular?
No, not really. I quite like the village the way it is.
Yes, right. That's good. That's good.
One thing you'd have liked was a bike. A mountain bike track, that was something that you've always said you'd have liked. To go on the bikes off-road, but...
Well, there's a lot of cyclists through here. This is a cycle hub, really.
Yeah,
You
it's-
know, from Gerben and the lights on the route. What about you boys?
I quite like the village.
You like it as well?
Yeah. Maybe a few more facilities things to do for like the summer and stuff, but quite like the village.
You went AstroTurf, do you know?
Yeah.
See when you hear some of these videos that have been put together, and I mean there's a lot of stories and there's a lot of things that people used to do for young folk your age when you didn't have digital things and all the rest of it to do. Maybe if you're still in the village in future years, you can nick some of their things that they did and reintroduce them because they sounded fab.
Yes, well, different days, different...
No, but these are the young people of the future.
Yes, of course.
And they have this hall, they have the facilities, they've got all sorts of things that you can do and become part of, and committees, and It's about time we asked the young people what they want.
I think a big thing with the park, that it's really terrible for drainage.
Yes.
So the minute it
Flooded.
rains, it's just about, well,
That's
he
been-
trains in it a lot, and
The last 7.5 years, I have emails going back to the council, and eventually she came out at the tail end of last summer and agreed that the park was needing drain, because we nearly never had the gala last year because we had such heavy rain. And luckily 3B Construction donated metal plates to put down, but they have agreed now that it is needing drained, but it won't be this year.
Who knows?
So it could be another 7 years
Yeah,
until
yes.
that's done.
It has restricted the area that, you know, around the goalposts and all that. I mean, you can hardly walk through it. And it's,
We'd actually applied as well there for funding to build a kind of raised decking area with wheelchair access so that people could sit and watch the kids in the park. But the council were just been a bit unhelpful.
Who's responsible? Who funds changes in the swings and all the rest of it? Then?
Well, the last lot was our group, the Kirkmichael Kids and Community
really
Group.
that funded that.
So we got funding together and applied for match funding. And that was when the new equipment was put in. It's one area that our group's tried to keep as best as we can, because it's used by all the kids in the village, and then obviously the gala, which is a big event for us. It's a precious bit of ground. It's
a focus.
Yeah.
Really.
Marnie's a security person as well, because the football nets, which, believe it or not, the football nets, when I was Murray's age, we had a set that we put up and brought down every time we played.
Yes.
So they'd sat in my hut for years, so when they were playing, I put them up, and we just left them up so kids can play with them, and someone put another set up on the other side, so the kids had that to play with. And then somebody one day tried to steal them, and you can tell the rest.
I can remember looking out the window and thinking, I don't recognise these guys. And they looked like travellers with their vehicle and just how they were. So I stood there and watched, and then I realised that they were pinching the nets. I think it was your mum.
It was me.
Was it you?
I'm a Molly.
Up the road there. And got the nets back off
Did
them.
you tackle them and so to speak? Did
Yeah.
you say, oh, that's what you think you're doing?
Yeah. Aye.
So know their work van number or something. You had their
Yep,
details
I
so
got
that
their
you could phone their work
details.
to tell
so
their
you're
work.
high security then?
I must be, because when my mum had the shop, we got broken into quite a few times. And lastly, one of the last times we got broken into, I woke up, and at that point my mum and dad had split up, so it was just me and my mum. And I woke up and I thought, I can hear somebody down the stairs. So I got out of my bed and I went to the top of the stairs, and my mum was standing, and she says, I can hear people down the stairs. So I went and looked out the window, and I put the old wooden sliding sash in case, so it creaked the whole way up, and I looked out the window, and there was this guy standing looking back at me. So one was already in the shop. So I quickly told Mum to phone the police, quickly put on a pair of trousers, a pair of jogging bottoms, ran down the stairs, and our front door had all these bolts on it. So I got them all done, and by that time he'd climbed back out the shop window, and I grabbed my mum's old shinty stick and I chased after them. They were at the pub by the time I got out of the house, and I chased them right round here, and they come into the bowling green, and it was about 4 in the morning, and it was pitch black. So ran back round the road, got the torch, come back round in the car, and the language that was coming out that morning was obscene. And then I went away up Dromore. I drove up to Dromore in the car, shining the torch down, so I thought they must have went somewhere. And by the time I came back, the police were at the house, and I get out the car, and he says, "Oh, you look like the wild woman in the West," because the hair was out to me here. I had this stick. He says, "Hey, what were you going to do with that stick?" I says, "Oh, I was going to wrap it around their neck. But we never caught them.
Well, I mean, I don't really sort of tempt fate, but I mean, the crime rate, is, you know, we're lucky.
Yeah,
we
we
are
are
quite lucky. I don't want to, but, you know, but really, of all the villages, you would agree with that.
No, definitely.
You know, we are very fortunate that we don't have a high crime rate. You know, bad corners and things like that. We're very fortunate. Yeah.
So
That's the difference when people are looking out for each other and
Yeah.
everybody's yes.
No, definitely.
There is an informal neighbourhood watch, isn't there? I mean, I think we're on that board sheet. But
Oh, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, well, there was. I don't know how you have to sign up for these things, or maybe it's probably expired by now. Who knows?
We just all phone and text each other now for saying it.
Did you see that boy? Such and such.
Just phone Marnie to bring the shinty stick.
Aye. Still got it.
Do you young boys go to each other's houses?
We did when we were younger. We don't do it so much now, but we did it quite a lot when we were younger and stuff.
Yeah, because that was a theme that was running through from the older guys. And they really had grown up together. They were in each other's houses, having their tea in somebody else's house.
A kind of open door in a way, you know, where there was less security. That in those days, people were looking after. You didn't need the same child mind and official child mind.
No.
I suppose it was just people were keeping an eye on you, really. Whereas that's something now, you know, when you're working, you have to make arrangements for the younger families, and so that's difficult. I mean, I'm sure you'd agree with that.
Yeah, I found it difficult, obviously because I was a single parent.
Yes,
So he went into nursery when he was 4.5 months old in Ayr. And then once he went to primary school, he went to a childminder just outside Maybole at Bulterson Farm, which was really good. He was outside all the time. We were up at the farm. It was a great.
Yeah. It's difficult when you're trying to work and make arrangements and fit in all clubs and all the rest. I know what that's like. It's difficult trying to get things.
In the days of old, though, you would just maybe a neighbour would look after and take kids to school.
Yes.
But nowadays, it's just
it has to be more formalised now.
you knew everybody in the village back then as well, so it didn't matter who your pals were. Their mum and dad would always make sure you were alright, or there was always somebody there.
Yes.
That would make sure. I used to just run up to my grand's if my mum and dad were like if they were working. There was always my
That's
grand
the
there.
good thing about having family in the village. Yes.
Even if my gran was the school janitor, I used to go up there and when she was doing the youth club and stuff, and I used to go up there and sit up there with her. But that was obviously years ago when everybody knew. Whereas in the village, there's that many different folk, new folk that's come in. You don't know half the people.
No, that's right. That's
I suppose you've got other people working, like nobody staying at home being a staying at home.
No, there's more.
As in, you know, a few years back, because everybody's got double incomes or they're out working or what they're doing.
Yeah.
So you'll have fewer people that are maybe always you've got a high number of retirement folk coming to this village now, haven't you?
Yeah. You don't have the same social aspect. Although we've got the pub, it's more a restaurant. But in those days, you had like Jocks, the pub, the Bowls, the other pub. So if you were in there with your friends, your kids would actually come in to get you sometimes, or they'd be looking for money or a can of juice. So and that's how you got to know other people. And like if there was a big football match on, the kids would come in and watch it with you and things like that. Whereas now you don't really have that, and you don't really have the going to other people's houses to watch things.
There is a big gap there, and there's obviously the older bunch, and then there's a big gap really in that middle
There is.
age group.
And maybe one person had Sky TV back then. Not everyone had it.
No.
Whereas everybody's got. If they've not got it now, they can watch it on their phones or.
Yes.
It's,
that's true. You're not so dependent then on knowing who your neighbour is or whatever. That's a change definitely, and I suppose that's a change everywhere. But it does affect Kirkmichael too. So anyway, is there anything you'd like to, any other stories or anything you'd like to share, or anything you'd like to I think you've been fantastic. Or anything you'd like, the history, this is the history groups trying to put together a few, just a few memories of all the age groups, and I think, I hope it's a success. And we would love as many people to be involved as possible. Any stories or photographs or anything. We want to keep it going, rather than just saying, "Oh, we want photographs of 100 years ago." We want to keep the story going and have it.
I bet you'll walk out of here today and you'll think, "Oh, I should have said about that," and what have you. So feed it back to Noreen.
Yeah.
And the other thing I would say to you is, you young folk particularly, Noreen and obviously the history group and yourselves have done a big job here of collecting loads of information from folk who are in their 90s all the way down. But your generation need to add another video, and then in 20 years' time another video to try and keep your archive alive.
That's what I was saying to Karen. He's like, "Oh, I don't know, I don't want to speak," but that's just how information gets passed on. And
oral history, as we say.
all the older generation in the village are, well, really is only Auntie Ina and May Gardiner now. They're the older ones that have all the stories.
Yes,
The
yes.
stories that don't get written in history books.
Exactly.
It's not facts we're looking for, it's just the your life stories, really, the fun stories or whatever. You just that's the kind of thing which is good, and it's, you can't replace it. You can't look up a book for that one.
No.
That's different.
And your whole video is going, I said to you guys, it's an archive that really isn't really edited. It'll be talked and tailed a wee bit, and maybe the sound improved. But having said that, we've got to try and take wee snippets of what everybody's said and put it into an hour, 15 minutes, an hour and a half. So if you don't feature as being a person that's come through, hopefully everybody will be in it, but don't worry about it. It's just maybe the sound level or somebody interrupted or something happened, but your whole video was there, right?
I'm pretty confident the credit card story.
That's brilliant.
It's one of the guys, I don't know if Don Smith was part of your group.
No, didn't manage to get Don,
but
no.
I met Don, or he was in a pub in Prestwick one night and I was with my friends, he was in another bit, and they were all laughing, and I said to my friends, I says, "But that's a credit card story." And I went to go to the toilet and Don shouted me over, and I said, "Before you say anything, the story's true." "Is that your grandpa?" I says, "Aye, it's true."
And you know, sometimes it's these daft things that in the telly where it's comedy skits, it's only 10 seconds, like Ricky Fulton or whatever it would be, and it's based on real stories.
Still game is my grandpa. It's, when you watch Jack and Victor, it's just my grandpa all over again. It's
Yeah. But if you've got any photographs, I don't know whether we've got any photographs. I don't know whether again, if any of your family that we'll give them it back. Just we can put in our archive, or whether it's a gala day or whatever it is. We've got some things, and there is an old gala video somewhere, and there's the old Sunday school video. I don't know the quality, and then there's a very other old the Queen's Jubilee things, so, but they're not great quality. But these will be put on YouTube, isn't that right?
Yes.
So that you can have a look at this one, your video, intact on YouTube, and then it'll be edited further down. So.
And any recent videos of recent gala days, because that's your history. The young one's history is the recent gala days.
So we'll keep trying to build it up as much as we can. So.
You should ask Stevie Dunnicky. He last year took drone footage of the gala for us. Really, it was nice to see. It was good.
Funny enough, I was speaking to Stevie when I was looking for your house. So I've already spoken to him just on passing, because I was up, wondering which house you were in. So we know he recognised me, by the way. But anyway, nevertheless, I can ask him about that. We might be able to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good. That's up to date.
He's got a lot of pictures of village for his drone.
Yeah.
He puts them up on his Facebook site, and at times when there's pictures of big house with his drone and stuff. So
Oh, really?
yeah, he does a lot.
Right, well,
with
it's on
it.
Facebook, is it?
It was on his like private page.
Oh, private, right,
So as, but yeah, he's took a lot of pictures with the drone.
Right, that's
Round
good
about
to
the
know.
village.
I'll maybe have a word with them.
Yeah. They're good. They're all from different angles, and you see, you just see the village in a different kind of light when
Yes,
it's.
you know, it's good.
Aye.
It's good to get that overview because
Yeah.
you know it's a different view. I've taken some photographs from up what do you call it, up there in the farm,
Aye.
and that gets you an angle, but it's not as good as a drone, really. So anyway, I'm going to finish there. If there's anything else you want to say or anything, just repeat my thanks for coming and putting yourselves through this, especially the young ones, because I think that's probably the last thing you want to do in the evening, but particularly good on you, and you'll be able to say, I have a video about myself or whatever. I mean, you have to have a look and see what it's like, of course. And thanks everyone for introducing.